I just have a few things that I need to let you guys know before we can begin. For the people seated in the first four rows all over the amphitheater, you guys are in our splash zone. That means there's a possibility that you guys can get wet. But if getting wet isn't on your agenda today, you can always move to much higher and drier ground. Also, we ask that you try to remain seated as much as possible during the presentation, just for safety reasons. And last but not least, Dolphin Discovery is an open exhibit. So after this presentation, you're welcome to sit back, relax, and enjoy our dolphins swimming in the pool, or you can come back to another presentation. Now, one of our dolphin trainers, she's getting ready to begin the presentation, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Well, hello everyone. My name is April. I'm actually one of the dolphin trainers here at the National Aquarium. Now that means I get a chance to work alongside our 8 Atlantic bottlenose dolphins every day. We have 2 boys and we've got 6 girls. Now a lot of times when I tell people I'm a dolphin trainer, I get that is awesome. That must be the best job ever. So how many of you out there would like to be a dolphin trainer someday? Nice, a few candidates, awesome. So I'm going to start off today's presentation by telling you a little bit how I got my job. A few key things that you need if you want to be a dolphin trainer too. So first of all, I worked really hard in school because you need to get a college degree in one of the sciences. Biology, psychology, brain biology. You just need a 4-year degree, but it is really important to have that because you want to be able to understand animals and their behavior. Now the next thing you need are some good swimming skills. You might have noticed there's a little bit of water here behind me. Altogether, we have 1.3 billion gallons of water in this system. Our deepest pool is 24 feet deep. So in order to become a trainer, you actually have to pass a swim test, including swimming across on the surface nice and fast, and also be able to dive the whole way down to the bottom of the 24-foot pool and grabbing the weight to bring it back up. So good swimming skills a must. We also actually scuba dive here almost every day to get our pools nice and clean. Unfortunately, the dolphins, they don't clean up after themselves, so it won't let us to do that. Now, those of you who don't know what scuba diving is, we actually attach a tank of air on your back that allows you to stay down under the water nice and long. Those even dolphins can't hold their breath for as long as we'd like to dive. Now, the third thing that you need is you need to have good speaking skills. The second most important part of my job is sharing all the great information I've learned about dolphins with visitors and guests here, getting them just excited about the animals as I am. Now lastly, you need a passion for animals. The most important part of my job is taking great care of all of these dolphins. That means sometimes I have to be here early or stay late. Weekends, holidays, I've got to be here. It's a lot of hard work as well as a lot of fun. So it's good to get an idea of kind of what you're getting into. A lot of us start by volunteering or interning, places like animal shelters, or stables, or veterinary hospitals. Just being kind of around animals is really helpful. Believe it or not, training a dog, training a bird, training a dolphin, the basics are all the same. Now if you do all of that, you might get a chance to work alongside dolphins, which are pretty cool animals. Like I said, we do 8 of them here. Right now we got them separated into 3 different groups. So if you take a look back on your right-hand side, that's where our 2 boys are. Their names are Bo and Foster. Now Bo just turned 8 years old about 3 weeks ago, and Foster, well, he's only 5, but he has a birthday coming up in September, so he'll turn 6 then. Now if you take a look back on your left-hand side, that's where 3 of our females are. Now this includes Bo and Foster's moms. So Foster's mom is named Jade, and she's 14 years old. If you see a really large dark dorsal fin back there, that's most likely Jade. Now Bo's mom, her name is Nani. She's the oldest dolphin here at the aquarium. Anyone know how old she is? 41. Yep, that's exactly what she is. So that's pretty old for a dolphin. On average, they live to be in their 30s. But the oldest living dolphin, she's got some mileage on Nani. She's actually 60 years old, and she lives down in Florida. So we're hoping someday Nani gives her a run for her money. And finally, back here we have Spirit, who's Nani's daughter, Bo's older sister. She's actually 12 years old. Now, our remaining 3 dolphins are located out front here, but before I introduce you to our stars, I introduce you to my fellow trainers. We have Carolina, Sabrina and Jenna who will be working with our dolphins. Now the first dolphin we're going to introduce you to is Maya. Maya is a half-sister of Spirit. They have the same dad but 2 different moms. Now Maya is also 12 years old. Everyone wave hello to Maya. Looks like her niece Bailey is also waving hello as well. Now Maya has an older sister out here named Chesapeake. Chesapeake was the first dolphin born here. She is 21 years old. Everyone get ready to say hello to Chesapeake. Just give it up right in your turn. Just how fast she can move. And finally we have little Bailey. Bailey, like I said, is only 4 years old. She's Chesapeake's daughter and she's Maya's niece. And she is the youngest dolphin here at the aquarium. Now another question I often get is how do you train those animals to do those amazing behaviors, right? A lot of times people think it might be magic or tricks, but it's actually very similar to the way that people learn. We teach our animals here. We use what's called positive reinforcement training. That's a really big word or phrase, but you know what? It's actually a pretty simple concept. Basically, any time that the animal does something we want, they get something good, they get a reward. Now think back to the last time you learned something new. In school, if you work really hard, you get good grades. If you're in a sport and you practice hard, you get a higher score. If you are in a musical or you play an instrument, you might get a solo. If you're in a job, you might get words of encouragement or even a raise. So it's very similar to the way that we learn. Now, of course, our dolphins are not giving them raises, we're giving them different rewards. So when I say a reward for a dolphin, what's the first thing you think about?
Food.
Fish, that's right. That's a really important reward. We also have toys. We got ice and jello. We can jump in the pools. We can just send them into another behavior. We use a lot of different rewards. Now we're going to show you two behaviors our dolphins already know using this method. Take a look out the windows. We've got some volunteers. And keep an eye out for all those amazing reinforcements. examples. So the first is this whistle that hangs around my neck. Now sometimes people think why we have these whistles, but it acts as a way of saying, great job. Dolphins have excellent hearing, but our voice is a little bit low for them. So this whistle is nice and high, and nice and clear. It helps to cut through if there are people hopping or yelling. It really cuts through all of that and says, that right there is exactly what I wanted. Now come on back and I'll get you that awesome reward. Now we talked a little bit about the rewards beforehand. We've got, like I said, toys. We can give them a back rub. We can send them into another behavior. We give them ice or jello. We can jump right in. So we really try to mix it up and make sure they don't know what's going to come next. That makes it a lot more exciting for them and a little bit more fun for us too. And we also have what's called a target pole. Now this is a target attached to a pole, and basically our dolphins learn how to touch this. They know they want to touch and follow it in order to get that reward. So you can then use it to shape a variety of different behaviors. Now I've got a volunteer who's going to help me show you guys just how we use all these tools together. Dolphin today. So hi there. Here's your name's Avery, is that right? All right, turn around, Avery, and wave at everyone. But this is Avery. He's our very great volunteer. Let's give him a round of applause. Our dolphins, they love cold-fed fish. Is that your favorite food? No, I didn't think so. What do you like? Pasta? Oh, that's a good one. I like pasta too. All right, so using imaginary pasta, unfortunately I don't have any on here. And this target rule and the word good. Every time you hear the word good, it means I'm going to give you some pasta, okay? So you want to hear that word good. And I'm going to train you a behavior. Now, as a dolphin here at the aquarium, you know that you want to touch this. Now, our dolphins touch it with their nose, but I won't make you do that. You can use your hand, okay? All right, everyone, I'm going to train you a behavior just using these tools. Ready? Good. Pasta. Good. Here goes some more pasta. Good job, pasta. Oh, good job, pasta. Almost. Good job, pasta. Okay, I'm going to add in a hand signal. Are you ready? Good job, pasta. Good job, pasta. All right, let's see if you know what the hand signal means. Ready? Hand signal. A little bit higher. Hand signal. Good job! Awesome! Avery, look what I just trained you to do. Yeah! Put your hand up high and jump. Everyone give Avery a round of applause. We go high. So just like with our dolphins, any of the jumps and spins that you see, we don't start off with a big jump. We start off holding that target small. And we raise it up over time, higher and higher. Now again, you don't see trainers running around the target pole. We actually get rid of that and add in that hand signal. So they know that hand signal means to do what they just did. And that's the way we can train all these different behaviors. I got a chance to see me train a pretty smart person, but we're also getting a chance to see some training with our dolphins. So the first training is actually with our oldest dolphin out here, Chesapeake. She's learning what's called a belly reach. So basically we want her to eventually jump up and actually slam her belly down on the surface of the water. Makes a really loud noise and a big splash. Now this is something that dolphins do naturally on their own, but again, Jen is trying to get her to understand this concept on a hand signal. But right now, Jen, it's pretty early stages, and she's just trying to get her to focus on her head, getting her head in the right place. You can see she's got that target pole, and listen up for that whistle, see if you can hear when she does a good job. Because otherwise she gets confused and she just eyes the offer the behaviors that she already knows. Now we don't have anyone that knows a belly reach, but Chesapeake does know a back reach, so we might go ahead and show you that behavior so that we can show you just how big a splash this will eventually be. Now next, the behavior we're working on is with belly She found that ring. I'll try it one more time with this window over here. So I want to be able to do it all over the pool. Again, keep your eye on the video screen. For those of you in the center, we'll see again if she can find this ring as it sinks under the water. Oh, she found it! So we'll build it up over time so eventually she'll actually retrieve a couple rings, maybe up to 4 or 5 for people to see. So thank you guys so much. Now you can see dolphins, they learn a lot from people. Now here at the aquarium, it's usually a really good thing, but sometimes on the ocean, it's not quite so good. They might learn to approach boats or people looking for food. And unfortunately, it can be really dangerous for the dolphins, and they might end up getting hit by a boat propeller or eating them off thing. And it could be dangerous for people because dolphins have 80 to 100 sharp, protein teeth. They're also very big, powerful animals, so it's actually illegal to touch